Eric makes his living jumping off buildings and crashing cars. But today, he is starting his workday locked inside a room actively consumed by flames, with $500,000 stacked behind him. On a professional movie set, Eric is surrounded by fire marshals and redundant kill switches. This arena, built by the creator seen here, operates on a different metric, prioritizing the raw, unscripted intensity required to reach a global audience of millions. The rules of this first trap are brutally simple. The prize money is literally catching fire. Every second Eric spends calculating his escape route costs him actual, physical cash. He manages to break out, but the hesitation takes a heavy toll. By the time he clears the door, the flames have already incinerated $250,000 of his potential winnings. In this environment, personal safety has a direct, quantifiable price tag. Eric is navigating a real-time microeconomic experiment where every moment of caution is subtracted from his final bank account. Moving to the next trap, the market forces him to price his own physical limits. He can take a guaranteed penalty, dropping his prize pool by $100,000, or he can attempt a 10-foot leap across a flaming pond to secure a $300,000 baseline. He rejects the safety tax. Trusting his training, he takes the jump, clearing the gap and protecting his capital. This diagram outlines the physics of the human cannonball trap. To land safely, Eric has to perfectly solve a 3-variable equation: the protractor angle for pitch, the elastic tension for power, and the resulting arc of his trajectory. He's given 3 test dummies to map the physics. Systematically, he fires them one by one, dialing in the trajectory. By the third shot, he has completely mitigated the mathematical probability of missing the safe zone. Then, he does something highly irrational for a professional risk manager. Instead of locking in the safe, calibrated route, he intentionally alters his pitch and power. He aims directly for a secondary target, a ring of fire, just to add another $50,000 to the pot. The math doesn't make sense until you factor in his motivation. Eric isn't calculating his odds for personal greed. His father is battling cancer, and Eric is using this arena to fund his medical treatments and his parents' retirement. He is intentionally taking on extreme physical risk to absorb their financial burden. Even with perfect calculations and a clear motive, a closed system like this will inevitably introduce shocks that you simply cannot plan for. The fourth trap forces him into a room packed with real, highly explosive fireworks. He has exactly 5 minutes to use a heavy grappling hook to drag bags of cash onto a truck before a flaming meteor drops from the ceiling. The physical labor breaks down his accuracy. Lactic acid builds up, his throws fall short, and the grappling hook gets stuck. When the timer hits 0, a massive chain reaction of fireworks detonates, forcing him behind a blast shield and vaporizing $100,000. To rebuild his depleted capital, Eric deploys a new strategy: outsourcing risk. He partners with his best friend, Pat. Physically chained together, they carefully scale a 50-foot tower above a furnace, coordinating their movements to reclaim 6 bags of cash and push the total back up to $350,000. The meteor room and the tower climb expose the flaw in treating danger as a pure math problem. True risk calculation has to account for muscle fatigue, panic, and unpredictable environmental shocks. These are the elements that strip away a professional's illusion of absolute control. The final gauntlet compresses all of these variables into a single, brutal sprint. It's a 5-stage obstacle course, bound by a suffocating 1 minute and 5-second timer. The only grace period comes from small safe zones scattered across the course. Stepping on one pauses the clock, giving Eric his only chance to catch his breath and recalculate his physical limits. As the seconds tick down, exhaustion forces compounding errors. He trips on a platform, falls into the water, and then has to hold a depleted breath as he submerges himself to swim underneath a solid sheet of burning fuel. With just 17 seconds left on the clock, he reaches the final hurdle. He throws on a fireproof jacket and prepares to sprint entirely blind down a narrow, heavily fueled corridor known as the Hall of Flames. He abandons the safe zone and charges directly into the fire. The flames engulf him completely, setting his suit on fire as he breaks through the exit, tackling the final bag to secure $350,000 for his family. You can use physics to plot the perfect cannon trajectory. You can use game theory to decide when to take a penalty. But math and probabilities only map the mechanics of survival. It takes a deeply rooted human purpose to look at a wall of fire and intentionally run right through it.